So there's a lot of interesting stuff that we are doing right now in Tesco and HSC. One of the most interesting things is the work that we do around the Tesco operating model. So what has been done is, based upon Tesco's many years of retailing experience, we have come up with a standard set of processes which we believe should be run ideally in any retail company. And these processes are backed with underlying systems which enable these processes. And the processes could be divided into different parts of the retailing life cycle, which in simple terms we define as the buying phase, the moving phase, and the selling phase. So the Tesco operating model has systems and processes which govern all three stages of this retailing life cycle. We have a team here sitting in HSC which develops and enhances and maintains these systems. We also have a team which can work with a country to implement these systems. So if it is a new country coming up, such as when our US business was coming up 1.5 years back, that was starting a business from scratch. So because we had this capability of IT and deployment analysts, we were able to help the US business go live in a very short span of time, and at the same time at a very low cost as well. So that's the power of this Tesco operating model. And we are in phases implementing the operating model in all the Tesco countries that we have, and all new countries that come up. So for example, as and when the regulations get relaxed in India and we do go around opening stores in India, even in India we would be running the business with the Tesco operating model. On the analytics front, there is a whole range of exciting stuff that we do. Because the power of analyzing the data that we have is immense. And what we do is we have a data warehouse which we run and maintain for Tesco, and this is using the Teradata database or the Teradata data warehouse model. And what we can do with this, to give you examples, is when we if we talk about pricing, for example, we are able to monitor the pricing that we have, and we are able to kind of compare that with prices that our competitors may be having. And then based upon this information, we are able to take decisions almost on a weekly basis on what our pricing in the stores should be. Another exciting example is one of marrying external data with the data warehouse. So if you take weather forecasts, what we have found is that as the weather in UK changes, and that changes very often, it can have an impact on the kind of buying behavior we see in the stores. So what we are able to do is we are able to take a weather forecast, analyze our data from on a historical basis, and based upon that decide that for a given weather condition what should be the subtle alterations in product range that we need to do in the stores. So very powerful example of how you can use data for making real-time business decisions. And sitting here in Tesco HSC, we are able to combine our strengths in IT and analytics to be able to take these kind of decisions and help the business. Another area that we support Tesco with is in the area of remote infrastructure management. So a large part of Tesco's IT infrastructure, ranging from databases, servers, different operating systems, networks, and also storage, centralized storage, these kind of things we are able to centrally manage, monitor, and control out of Tesco HSC here in Bangalore. So we have a state-of-the-art network operating center, out of which we monitor all these, the health of the IT infrastructure in a real-time basis, and we are able to take corrective action remotely. So over here in Tesco HSC, what we do is, we are constantly developing, maintaining, and enhancing, the various Tesco systems and devices that we have. And in order to make sure that the changes that we do work well, what we have done is we have created a one-of-its-kind Tesco retail lab over here in Bangalore. And what we have in this retail lab is that every kind of device, whether it's a till or a POS terminal or any other such device that we may have anywhere in Tesco, we have a sample of that device sitting with us over here in the labs. So whenever we make any enhancement or any change, before we roll it out into our stores, we are able to test it out in these laboratories, and thereby making sure that when it goes live, there is absolutely no negative impact to the customer. There is a lot of work that we do in IT development. There are a lot of applications that we are developing, and one of the things that we have been experimenting with in the last 1 year or so has been with agile methodology. And we find this is extremely useful because it allows us to break down what would typically have been a very long-term project into shorter iterations or cycles, whereby we are able to deliver business benefits incrementally more often rather than having to wait for a long period of time to deliver a big bang benefit.